The old house stood atop a hill, casting a menacing shadow over the small town below. Locals had whispered about it for generations, passing down tales of its dark history. They called it the Big House, a foreboding mansion that had been abandoned for as long as anyone could remember. Few dared to venture near it, for fear of the unspeakable horrors that were said to lurk within. One gloomy evening, a group of friends gathered around a campfire, sharing ghost stories and daring each other to prove their bravery. Among them was Sarah, a young woman known for her fearlessness. Her curiosity had finally gotten the better of her, and she declared, "Tonight, we're going to the big house." The others exchanged nervous glances, but Sarah's determination was unshakable. With flashlights in hand, they set off up the winding path that led to the ominous mansion. The air grew colder as they approached, and the rustling of leaves seemed to whisper warnings. The front door creaked open with eerie ease, revealing a grand foyer engulfed in darkness. Sarah led the way, her flashlight cutting through the obscurity. The house was a labyrinth of forgotten memories, filled with dusty furniture covered in tattered sheets and faded portraits of long-dead residents. As they ventured deeper, strange sounds echoed through the corridors, creaking floors, distant whispers, and the unmistakable sensation of being watched. Sarah's friends grew increasingly uneasy, but she pressed on, determined to uncover the secrets hidden within the house's walls. They reached a room on the second floor, its door barely hanging on its hinges. Inside, they found a collection of journals, each one more unsettling than the last. The entries spoke of a family plagued by madness, of voices that whispered from the shadows, and of a curse that had befallen them. Sarah's friends begged her to leave, but she refused to relent. She believed there was more to discover, a truth that had eluded everyone else. In the darkness, she spotted a narrow staircase leading down into the bowels of the house. Without hesitation, she descended, her friends reluctantly following. The basement was a chilling maze of tunnels, with flickering candles lining the walls. Sarah's flashlight flickered and died, leaving them in near total darkness. Panic set in as they stumbled through the labyrinthine passages, losing all sense of direction. Suddenly, a haunting melody echoed through the tunnels, a mournful piano tune that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. As they followed the sound, they reached a cavernous chamber, where an old grand piano stood alone, bathed in an eerie, spectral light. Sarah approached the piano, drawn by an irresistible force. Her fingers touched the keys, and the haunting melody continued, playing on its own. It was a tune that spoke of suffering and despair, a requiem for the souls trapped within the house. As Sarah played, the room came alive with ghostly apparitions, shadowy figures of long-dead family members, their faces twisted in anguish. They circled her, their mournful wails filling the air. Sarah's friends screamed in terror, trying to pull her away, but it was too late. The curse that had gripped the big house for centuries had claimed another victim. In the weeks that followed, the big house remained abandoned, its dark secrets intact. No one dared to venture near it again, for they knew that it was a place of unspeakable horror, a house that devoured the souls of those who dared to enter. The town had learned a lesson, one that would be passed down through the generations. A lesson about the darkness that lurked in the heart of the big house, a darkness that could never be escaped.